Here we have a large new study investigating the impact of low-carb and low-fat diets on mortality risk. They included over 370,000 participants from the NIH AARP cohort who were followed for a median of 23.5 years. The participants' diets were scored according to how low-carb or low-fat they were, although none of the diets were super low-fat or low-carb like, say, a keto diet. They were just lower carb or lower fat than others in the cohort. They found that the higher low-carb diet scores, so the lower carb diets, were associated with a 14% higher risk of mortality compared to low scores. However, they found that higher healthy low-carb diet scores, so diets low in low-quality carbohydrates but high in unsaturated fats and plant protein, were associated with a 5% lower risk of mortality, while the unhealthy low-carb diets richer in saturated fat were associated with a 17% higher risk. This is at least partly supported by previous research suggesting that animal-based low-carb diets may increase the risk of at least some of our common chronic diseases, while plant-based iterations might lower our risk. High low-fat diet scores were associated with a 9% reduction in the risk of mortality, while high healthy low-fat diet scores, so diets rich in healthy carbohydrates, plant protein, and low in saturated fat, were associated with an 18% lower risk. But high unhealthy low-fat diet scores were only associated with a 2% reduction in risk. And they also found that replacing just 3% of calories from saturated fat or low-quality carbs with plant protein could significantly reduce risk.